Welcome to the deep dive. We often look at how, well, seemingly unrelated things can shed light on big ideas, like leadership.
Right.
And today, we've got a really unique approach. We're exploring someone's leadership philosophy, but through League of Legends, the video game.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating. We're looking at this figure, Bannock, and how they express their way of leading.
Exactly. And we have two main sources to guide us. First, there are these detailed notes on a specific League of Legends team, a team Bannock designed strategically.
Like a blueprint.
And second, a concept document outlining Bannock as a champion in the game itself.
Which is, taking it a step further, from the team philosophy to the individual embodiment.
So our mission here is to really unpack Bannock's leadership style from these gaming examples. It's not just about game strategy, is it? It's more about, well, a deeper philosophy.
Absolutely. Think of it as a reflection, a way to see their approach to guiding people made tangible. It gives you this kind of shortcut, really, to understanding a pretty nuanced style, adaptable, empathetic.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Leadership through gaming. It sounds fun, but there's real depth here.
There is. And what's key is that Bannock deliberately did this. It wasn't random. Choosing these champions, designing this concept, it was intentional.
To embody their style.
Precisely. The sources actually call the team an ideological composition, and the champion concept, a symbolic manifestation of Bannock's internal landscape. Heavy stuff, maybe, but...
But it makes sense. It makes these abstract leadership ideas feel, I don't know, concrete, relatable.
Exactly. You can see the philosophy in action almost. It's a really effective way to grasp something that can otherwise be hard to pin down.
Okay, so let's dive into that first source then, the Bannock League of Legends team comp. League teams have 5 roles: top, jungle, mid, ADC, support. Which champions did Bannock pick, and what do they tell us?
Right. So 5 champions, each picked for a reason. Starting in the top lane, Bannock chose Shen.
Okay, Shen, the ninja tank.
Yeah, exactly. Bannock sees Shen as calm pressure incarnate, cross-map protector. His big thing, his ultimate ability, lets him teleport instantly to shield an ally anywhere on the map.
Ah, the global presence.
Exactly. It represents that leader who shows up right when things are falling apart.
Yeah.
But quietly, No big announcement. Bannock calls this the go down with the ship aspect, just reliable presence.
Okay, I get that. Not needing the spotlight, just being there. What about the jungle role? That's usually more proactive, right?
Yeah, and for that, Bannock picked Jarvan IV. He's described as a kingly, team-first jungler. His job is often setting up plays for others, initiating fights.
Creating opportunities.
Precisely. Bannock says Jarvan, like them, may not be the carry, but he creates the moment for others to shine. He's the anchor of the team. It's leadership through enabling others, setting the stage.
So Shen is the quiet protector, Jarvan is the one who starts the action for the team. Makes sense. What about the middle lane, the mid, and the main damage dealer, the ADC?
For mid, it's Azir. He's really unique, this emperor who summons sand soldiers, controls space, builds structures on the map.
Right, the zone control guy.
Yeah. He represents the strategic philosopher aspect of Bannock.
Yeah.
Thinking long-term, seeing the big picture, the map maker holding the overall vision, while others focus on their immediate fights.
The architect. Okay. And the ADC, the damage focus.
That's Ezreal. Bannock shows him for his spirit of adventurous optimism. He leads with wonder, not dominance. It's about exploration, curiosity, that map maker while traveling. Energy, Bannock mentions. Less about force, more about inspiration.
Huh. So Azir is the grand strategist. Ezreal is the optimistic explorer. That's an interesting pairing. And the final piece, the support.
The support is Taric, the Gem Knight. He embodies emotional resonance and aesthetic protection. Think shields, healing, but also glitter, as Bannock puts it. He's starlight in armor.
So providing safety, but also maybe morale, emotional support.
Exactly. That feeling of being looked after, that emotional safety net. Bannock feels Taric reflects their own blend of heart and, well, aesthetic.
Wow, okay. Each champion really seems to capture a different facet.
And it gets even more layered. Bannock maps these onto what they call a star map model with cosmic roles.
A star map. How does that work?
Think of it like a compass. Azir, the visionary, is north, purpose, setting the direction. Taric, the protector, is east, connection, focusing on team bonds. Shen, the reliable presence, is south, sustainability, ensuring they can endure. Ezreal, the explorer, is west, adaptability, embracing change.
In the center.
The center is Jarvan IV, the anchor, the initiator who grounds everything. All the other roles kind of orbit around him. Much like Bannock aims to provide that central stability for their own team, the later days crew mentioned in the notes.
Yeah.
Whole system.
Incredibly detailed. Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting for me. We have the individual pieces, this constellation. How does it play together? What does the strategy tell us about Bannock's leadership in practice?
Right, because it's not just about the individual champions, it's the synergy. The sources call it an identity-driven playstyle. It's less about brute force and more about empowerment.
Yeah.
The goals are things like protect the fragile, create space for growth, build momentum over time, and crucially, stand together in crisis.
Yeah.
It's building a team around mutual support, not ego.
That sounds very collaborative. So how does that look in an actual game? What's the strategy?
Well, tactically, you get some great combos. Shen and Jarvan together, that's a double front line. They can start fights, they can peel back to protect, double engage, double safety.
Okay, tough to break through.
Definitely. Then Azir in the mid lane gives you massive control over area zoning, they call it, and he can pressure lanes on his own, which opens up the map, strategically dictates the pace.
Right. And the bottom lane, Ezreal and Taric.
That's your classic poke and protect lane. Ezreal does damage from a safe distance, and Taric keeps him safe with heals and shields. It's about whittling down the opponent while staying secure.
So the whole setup sounds like it gets stronger over time.
Exactly. It's designed to scale into the late game. They generally want to group up for big objective towers, dragons, Baron, rather than just running around looking for individual kills.
How does that unfold? Early game versus late game.
Early on, Shen plays it safe, farms up, but he's always watching the map, ready to use that ultimate to jump in. Jarvan's looking for those surprise attacks, those banks, to get his teammates ahead. Azir builds up power, Ezreal and Taric poke and stay safe.
Okay, laying the groundwork.
Then mid-game, they start grouping. Jarvan, Azir, Taric move together, securing objectives. Shen is the wild card, able to join any fight instantly.
And the late game is where they shine.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
Azir and Ezreal become major damage threats. And Taric, his ultimate makes nearby allies completely invulnerable for a short time. If they coordinate that well in a big team fight, it's incredibly powerful.
Wow. Okay. So what are the strengths and weaknesses then? What does that say about Bannock's approach?
Strengths. Well, they're great against teams that try to dive onto their key members or teams that rely on poking from afar because they have so much protection and strong ways to start a fight on their terms.
Makes sense. Weaknesses?
They can struggle if the game goes super late against certain hypercarry champions who just become unstoppable. Or against teams that are really good at avoiding fights, disengaging constantly. They need to force those coordinated fights eventually.
So the win conditions are?
Building momentum through the mid-game is key. Protecting Azir and Ezreal so they can deal damage. And landing those big coordinated ultimates, Shen flying in, Jarvan trapping enemies, Taric making everyone invincible, those moments can turn everything around.
It sounds very intentional, very team-focused.
It really is.
Yeah.
The summary in the notes captures it. It leads with subtlety. It values trust over tempo, and it always shows up when you need it most. It's not about flashy plays, but coordinated strength and resilience.
And that quote really sticks out.
Oh yeah, the core philosophy. Anyone can lead when the sun is shining. But starlight, that's for those who know how to walk with shadows.
Powerful. It really speaks to leading through difficulty, doesn't it? Not just when it's easy.
Exactly. Leadership and adversity through uncertainty. That's the starlight.
Okay, so we've seen the team as a reflection of the philosophy, but then there's the second source. What if Bannock was a champion? How does that concept distill everything even further?
Right. This is the champion concept. Bannock, steward of the starlight. It's fascinating. The concept positions Bannock mainly as a support champion.
Helping others. Makes sense.
Yep, though maybe flexible into jungle or top lane too. The class is a Vanguard Enchanter hybrid. So part tanky initiator, part protector and buffer.
A mix, like the team comp itself.
A bit, yeah. And the aesthetic is all lanterns, stars, flowing banners. Think celestial navigation, lighthouse keeper vibes. Calm, assured voice lines, often poetic.
And the core idea. What's Bannock about as a champion?
The identity is guidance over glory. And the philosophy is explicitly stated. I don't lead from the front, I lead from the stars. It's all about enabling allies, coordinating the team's momentum, using vision, shields, positioning, being that quiet foundation.
Riding from behind, or maybe beside.
Something like that. Less the spearhead, more the compass and the map.
Okay, walk us through some abilities. How do they show this leadership?
All right, so the passive is called Star Map. When allies are near Bannock, they get this buff, Starlight alignment gives shields, bit of movement speed. And the really cool part, if allies converge near Bannock, it reveals the nearby area, like clearing fog of war briefly.
Ah, so literally providing clarity, showing the way when the team comes together.
Yeah, exactly. It represents that inner map sense. Then the Q, guiding mark. Bannock can put a mark on an enemy or an ally.
The choice.
Right. Mark an enemy. The first ally to hit them gets healed and shielded. Mark an ally. Their next ability slows an enemy and heals them. It's about directing support, choosing who needs help or empowerment. That leader's choice.
Very tactical. What about movement or defense?
The W is constellation step. Bannock dashes, leaving a sigil behind. Allies can then dash to that same sigil. And if 2 or more allies use it to meet up, it bursts, heals allies, slows enemies.
Like creating rally points.
Precisely. It's about creating those moments of convergence, rewarding that trust and teamwork. Then the E, harmonic guard. It's a channeled barrier, reduces damage, helps allies resist crowd control, and if it protects the whole team, their next aimed skill shot ability becomes unblockable.
Whoa. So protecting the team actually empowers their next coordinated move.
Yeah, it's that I see what's coming, stay close idea. Provide safety, and you make the team's actions more effective.
Okay, and the ultimate. It has to be big, right?
It's called Lead Under Starlight. Bannock illuminates a large area. Enemies inside are slowed. Allies get movement speed, shields, and applets. They can walk through walls and terrain temporarily within that light.
Wow, literally clearing the path and guiding them through obstacles.
Exactly. It's meant for regrouping, for providing that shared vision and safety in a chaotic moment. The visual is described as constellation pulses ripple outward from Bannock's hands like a beacon, guiding them home.
That is incredibly thematic.
Yeah.
So how does Bannock, the champion, actually play? Who do they work well with?
Strategically, Bannock thrives with teams that also get stronger later in the game. Teams that want to group up for those big coordinated fights. They need allies who can make use of the protection and setup.
So not a solo act.
Definitely not. The notes say Bannock is a weak duelist, struggles one-on-one. They need their team. Their strength is map control, vision, that sort of emotional momentum they build.
How do they compare to existing supports?
The concept compares Bannock to a bit of Taric's protection, Bard's map mobility and vision, Shen's sense of presence, Karma's enabling buffs, Zillion's timing, but with this unique, relational, slower burning focus.
Slower burning.
Meaning their impact builds over time through sustained coordination rather than one instant flashy play. Like the notes say, Bannock isn't the one who turns the fight with a triple kill. He's the one who made sure everyone was still standing after the fight.
That really sums it up. The quiet enabler.
Yep. And the flavor quotes capture it too. Like when you pick the champion, Bannock might say, "Every journey needs a map. I'll be yours."
Perfect.
Or when using the ultimate, "Starlight, guide them home." It's all consistently themed around guidance and steadfastness.
What an incredible journey unpacking all of this. We started with this idea of leadership shown through a game, and we really saw it laid out. First, in that team composition, each champion a different facet, like purpose, connection, sustainability.
Right, the whole star map model.
And then distilling all of that down into one champion concept, Bannock, the steward of the starlight, where every ability reflects that guidance over glory philosophy. It makes the leadership style feel so real. Tangible.
It really does. It's a powerful way to communicate a complex personal philosophy.
So as we wrap up, maybe something for you, the listener, to think about. That quote feels central. Anyone can lead when the sun is shining, but starlight, that's for those who know how to walk with shadows.
Leading through the tough times.
Yeah. So maybe consider, how do your own philosophies, your own ways of being show up? Maybe in places you don't expect. Could be a game, could be a hobby, could be anything. What unexpected ways do you express your own starlight? Something to ponder.